Hey everyone, this is Dr. Drizzle. This is a great one of our filmings today. We are at the Lake Louise Wildlife Interpretive Center, and I have two amazing experts here that are going to talk a little bit about the grizzly bear. So Kyle, why don't you start and tell us a little bit, how do these bears live out there? What are their adaptations?
So the grizzly bears here, grizzly bears and brown bears, they are the same thing. So grizzly bears here, they can live here because of many adaptations. Firstly, grizzly bears are very well adaptable. They can change to the environment that they live in. So all the way from the coast into the mountains, they can survive. And that's because for them, they eat all kinds of things. So they're called omnivores, very similar to humans. And in the Rocky Mountains, they tend to eat more vegetation than meat. So what you will find then is these bears in the Rocky Mountains tend to be a lot smaller compared to their cousins by the coast or anywhere else where they can find a better abundance of food. Because in the mountains here, more than 50% of the park is made of rock and ice. So there's not that much food coming up. So the main food that the bears would eat in this area here are wildflowers, wild berries, sedges, roots, and maybe the odd small animal like a ground squirrel. And the reason why they love it on the ski hill here, which is where we are, is because of all the open areas we have as ski runs in the winter. It's all bright and open. It helps all the berries and the wildflowers to grow. That's why we can find them very often here. We can even see them almost every day in midsummer.
Nice, thank you, God. So you want to introduce your friend here, and let's talk a little bit more about how to take care of ourselves around these grizzly bears if we find ourselves there.
Yeah, so I've got Raisa here that will tell you more about what you should do to prevent yourself from encountering a bear, and if you do, what should you do?
Okay.
So there are about 60 grizzlies and 80 black bears in the park. And really the best way to avoid them, they don't want to be around you. The best way to avoid them is to make lots of noise. If they know you're in the area, they're going to do their best to avoid you to begin with. So a great way of doing this is to travel in a group of 4 or more, which tends to be louder and more intimidating. A group of 4 or more has actually never been attacked by a grizzly bear.
Or even met a bear.
Yes, yeah. So really, you want to count on your voice and maybe even singing if you're going around, just to project as much noise as you can. In certain areas in the park, at certain times, you're not actually allowed to hike with a group that's less than 6 people. Okay. So certain trails you have to be really careful on, as well as carrying bear spray. If you do run in
This is a bear spray.
Oh yeah.
Nice. So if you do run into them though?
Yeah, so it really depends. You have to be able to tell whether they're predatory or being defensive. And knowing those things will help you decide how to act.
Okay.
So if you run into one and it's kind of hard to tell when they're charging down, if they're coming up the trail towards you,
Right.
What sort of species it is. So really, if a bear is in the unfortunate event coming towards you, you want to lay down, let them know that you're not a threat, put your legs apart, hands behind your neck, and they might paw at you just a little bit, but once they see that you're not a threat, they're going to back off.
Excellent. Yeah. Well, students, we saw a lot of good things today. Heard a lot of good things, especially some vocabulary words. So we heard omnivore, which means they're going to do plants and animals. If it's just plants, we know that's herbivore. If it's just meat eating, that's carnivore. And my husband and I are the only 2 that walked to this place. So we'll be taking these 2 with us on the way back to the chairlift because we need 4. Thanks so much for joining us today. Dr. Drizzle out.